Happy Friday. What was my husband looking for in a wife? I owe y'all that video. I was over at Auntie's advice and she had on like a black lipstick. Oh, it was so pretty, girl. I say, I know I got something like this. This is purple, though. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. I missed y'all yesterday, but girl, your girl is writing. NaNoWriMo is coming up in November. That is where writers challenge ourselves to write 50,000 words in 1 month. And I'm going to win it this year. This is my first year doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to win. I never do it because my birthday's October and I always write to have something published for October. So by the time November rolls around, I'm tired. But this year, I'm going to be ready. Though I do have a journal coming out in October that I need to just sit my hips down and get it done and send it to the format. Anyways, happy Friday. How y'all doing? I miss y'all. I'm ready to take the cookie off the table because I'm going to be talking about what my husband was looking for in a wife. I owe you guys this video. Hopefully you were able to see Auntie and I hanging out on Tuesday night. If you didn't, run on over to Auntie's advice. Connect with her, subscribe, support her, leave a comment, watch the video, share it out if you can. And of course, leave a comment, join her membership, and make sure you subscribe. You have to subscribe, y'all, and go back and subscribe because, YouTube is deleting people. I want to thank you for your love and support with my books, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet. How many of you know that you will meet a number of different types of guys? Some of them want to marry you. Most of them want to hook you. 99.999999999% of the men you meet do not want to marry you. They just want to. Many of you have also been asking for more dating content. You're like, oh my God, Janice, you and this Married at First Sight. Can you talk? Can you give us some more dating content? So I'm trying to work it out, okay? Ready to Love is coming back on. I'm going to try to do the preview video this weekend. Many of you have been asking for that. I will try to get it done. What was my husband looking for in a wife? I have told you guys over and over and over again that you absolutely must take the cookie off the table and stop sleeping with men in hopes that they will marry you, protect you, provide for you, profess their love for you, because men have a certain thing they are looking for. We see it this season in Married at First Sight. Okay, the Dusty. He said he wanted a low maintenance woman. In other words, no standard. In other words, somebody who could take in his stinky, dusty, dirty apartment with a stinky dog and she'll be happy. We see Zach. He says, he had his ideal wife in mind. She had to be pretty to him. Ambitious, intelligible, adaptable, trust, honest, loyal, mature. We even see Johnny. He's been on 100 first dates, and he said, if I go on a date and I see that it's not going to work out, there's no need to go on a second date. I totally agree with him. I do like Johnny, but I did that video about dealing with your childhood traumas so that they will not be what your marriage is about. If you do not deal with your childhood traumas, that's what your marriage is about. We see Ryan also. He's looking for something specifically. I really, really like Ryan. Ryan, I really hope you're a nice guy, okay? Because I really, if you're listening, Ryan, I really do like you, okay? I don't ever want to hear you're not a nice person because you know what's going to happen, right? I like Ryan. I really like Ryan. If I was single in his age group and dating and Ryan liked black girls, Ryan, do you like black girls? I would definitely date Ryan. Is he a Christian? Okay. Hello, black woman. You need to start be open up to other men if you are. Some people don't. It's fine. But if you're open, go on over there. Go on over them railroad tracks and say hi to Ryan and Justin. We see this one. Jose, the abuser, okay? The narcissist. I don't like to give medical term to people. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, it took everything in me to call Lou Chrissy a narcissist. Okay, but after what Jose did, he's definitely an abuser. Even him said he wanted somebody on his same level. And of course, Rachel is not on his same levels. Did I go get everybody? So we see that men have something specifically what they were looking for. So my husband was looking for, when I first met him at this networking event, he says, "You're so smart." He always told me he's smart and he loves smart women. My husband is an intellectual. Okay. I love smart men. I love intellectual men. I couldn't do a Gil. Okay. He's too dunce and simple. I like men who are smart and brilliant and just we can talk about any and everything. And so when I was writing 23 types of guys, uh, or maybe the naked wife, I think when I was finishing up the naked wife, I think I asked him, I said, "Mike, why did you marry me, or what were you looking for?" And so he told me he was not looking for a Kardashian. And I also mentioned the women at the churches, once we got married, oh, they hated my behind. And so he said, I was looking for a Kardashian. Okay. That's important for me. And it gives me comfort because y'all see how I am, right? I am very mostly natural. I wear very little minimal makeup. I haven't worn any makeup all summer. My skin was breaking out. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to give my face a break. I am one of those girls that are naturally beautiful. Okay. Even though somebody said in my comment, I am not feminine because you don't wear any makeup. And I just kind of giggle. Okay. Because, that's got no sense. Okay. And so, I'm very natural. Even when I had perm, I keep it very modest, very natural. I don't have the long weave weighing down my back. I'm not the Instagram model type. I am very modest, very conservative, very simple, the girl next door type of girl. Though, I do believe in fixing up myself because I understand that men must be visually attracted to you. They must find you pretty and sexy, and they must think the best of you. I'm trying to find this picture. I don't know. I deleted this picture. Okay. So even though I am very simple and modest, if you tell, I always fix myself up. Okay. I don't allow myself to look beat. I go take my shower. I clean myself and I try to keep myself together. I wear makeup sometimes, but not all the time. And like I said, I haven't worn it all summer, but I do fix myself up. So when he said he was not looking for a Kardashian, that gave me peace because one of the things for me was I wanted a man who was comfortable with me, with who I am. I didn't want somebody who wanted me to dress up all the time and look like an Instagram model. I wanted somebody where I could just put on a t-shirt and I will be okay. Though, ladies, I believe in fixing up yourself. I believe in dressing pretty and modestly and making sure you are pretty all the time. I can't find the picture, but I'm gonna find it. Okay. And so dressing up and making sure you look good is okay. So when he said he was not looking for an Instagram model, I was happy about that. When I was writing 23 types of guys, I went back to him and I said, "Mike, so tell me again, what were you looking for in a wife?" Because one of the questions I said, you're a great guy. You have your stuff together. Why aren't you married? Which makes no sense because if he was married, he wouldn't be trying to date me and trying to marry me. But anyways, that's a question you asked. He pulled me up. I cannot find this picture. He pulled me up. We were in the kitchen. I remember we were in the kitchen. He pulled me up to him and he said to me, "I love smart women. So you don't have to be smart like Condoleezza, but you at least got to be a Michelle." I said, "Michelle, I love Michelle. That's Michelle over there. I love her. She's my idol. See Michelle over there? Right there. Michelle's right there." That's Michelle right there. And Condolisa's right below her. I said, "Oh, those are my girls. I love Michelle. I love Condolisa. Love Michelle. Love Condolisa Rice." Okay, I think Condolisa Rice should be put on the Supreme Court. I was kind of disappointed that Trump didn't try to put Condolisa on the Supreme Court. I think she would make a great adjustment to the Supreme Court. I would love to see Condoleezza Rice on the Supreme Court as the first Black woman. Anyways, I digress. Okay. He said you don't got to be smart like Condoleezza, but you got at least got to be a Michelle. So, ladies, you see that? Smart. So if you're not smart, if you're a dum-dum, guess what? He wouldn't be interested in you. If you wasn't like Michelle type, smart, okay? Do you read books? He wouldn't be interested. I said, oh, those my girls, I love them. Then he said, you got to be sexy like Janet. No, he always tells me that all the time. Okay, tells me all the time, oh, you are so sexy. He tells me what his favorite part of my body is, which I'm like, really? He's like, yes, I love it. I said, okay. He says sexy like Janet. So listen, if you're not sexy now like Janet, guess what? He wouldn't be interested. Now, the interesting about that is church people will have you to think that it's only spiritual. No, she shouldn't be pretty. Marry her. She ugly. She can sing, dance. She can pray in the spirit, but he's not physically attracted to her. So in other words, he's got to be physically attracted to you. Then he say, you got to be great with kids and a home, like Mary Poppins. I was like, oh, that's me, Mary Poppins. Miss me, Mary Poppins. And to this day, he told me, say, one of the reasons I married you was how great you were with Alexia, because our dates would be 2 hours, okay? Because Lexi was 17, 18 at that time, and I could get away for 2 hours and she would be okay right down the street around the corner at the Applebee's. And I wouldn't have to worry. She had her phone. I have my phone, and 2 hours. So Mike and I, when we were dating, we have never had dinner and a movie. We've never had dinner and a movie. We always met, had dinner 2 hours, and then I would be going back home because Lexi was home alone. And so that's one of the things he loved about me. And he said, I reminded him of his mom, how his mother was with them. She was a great mom. She really cared about her kids and she protected her kids. And so he loved that about me. And one of the things he was looking for was a woman who was a great mother figure and a great mom. So let's see. Excuse me. And the first play he took us to see, I don't have the picture up here, was, guess what? Mary Poppins on Broadway. That is the first time he met Lexi. And he said, do you love Broadway plays? I said, yeah, Lexi loved Broadway. So he looked it up and he said, well, there's Mary Poppins on Broadway. I love Mary Poppins. I said, oh my God, we love Mary Poppins. So he said, okay. So we went to see Mary Poppins. That's the first time he met Lexi. 5-6 months later, hello, mamas, that's meet the man and bringing your baby. Talk about a play date with a stranger. Okay. So he was looking for Condoleezza Rice, Michelle Obama, Janet Jackson, Mary Poppins. This is why you take the cookie off the table. Because you don't know if you are what they want. Now, my husband was in his mid-40s. Do you think he was celibate all them time? Huh? Do you think he was a virgin? No. So my point is, ladies, they will and not marry you because you are not what they want. This is why you have to take the cookie off the table. And he was trying to get married quick, okay? He told me he loved me when he met the frat brothers came. All the frat brothers flew to New York to meet me. I walked in and he went to this event. And I don't have the picture here. Oh, this picture. And all of them was lined up. And I'm looking at him. I did my hair, by the way. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, Does he see me? And now it's years later when I was writing 23 Times to Guys, I realized what my husband was doing. And I went to him and I asked him, and he laughed. And all the brothers was looking at him, shaking his So I'm standing at the door. And he's just standing lined up with the frat brothers. I'm like, does he see me? So, and so he walked, hugged me, kissed me, um, introduced me to all the frat brothers that came at that time. And that night, he told me he loved me. This was April 19th. He told me that night he loved me. And guess what I said? I said, thank you. He was looking at me like I was going to, because I was finished getting the date. I didn't get the W-2s or the credit report yet. And so he later told me, he said, if you had told me you loved me in April, I was going to propose in June before I left, because summer is his busy month. June, July, August, he's gone. Okay. Those are his busiest months of the year. He said, I was going to propose to you in June, and then we could have gotten married by the end of the year. So when he proposed, I didn't tell him I love him. And so he didn't propose before he left. So when he came back with some ring shopping, so on and so forth, he proposed for my birthday, October. And then while he was on his knees, ladies, with the ring, after he put it on my finger, he took his calendar and he opened it. He was still on his knees now, and said, I was thinking we could get married in December. I said to him, I said, no, that's not enough time for me to get ready, get my dresses, and find my girls' dresses. Now, let me ask y'all something. Why do you think he was trying to get married in December? I just want to know. Why do y'all think he proposed October and he wanted to get married December? October, November, December. Leave in the comment section. And so he said, well, okay. He flipped, and he said, May 11 is the last day we could get married before my business season. He said, if we don't get married in May, it's going to have to wait until September. I said, May 11 it is. And so we got ready. We got married the last date before he could go away, May 11th. So we was on our honeymoon, and he was working, for those of you who was making bashing Merla, okay? Because y'all, y'all go to McDonald's and stuff to work. Y'all not used to people who, can work on their computers. And so we were on our honeymoon, but he was also working while he was on his honeymoon, okay? So this is why I keep telling y'all, take the cookie off the table. He didn't tell me he loved me until the frat brothers approved. Okay. And so years later, when I was writing this book, it hit me. I said, that's what he was doing. He was getting their approval. And they were all lined up. And I walked the wall shaking his hand. I cried, I'm just and I said, Mike, is that what you was? It was 6-7 years later. And he busted out laughing. He said, why you think that? I said, because now it makes sense to me. That's what you were doing. So he was getting his frat brother's approval. Do you like her? You think she's up to it? Before he told me he loved me. He told me he loved me April. He wanted to propose June. I didn't tell him I loved him. So he didn't propose. So take the cookie off the table. Stop dishing it out. See, you dish it out because to us, giving of ourselves is love. You're showing him you love him and you want him. But to them, it's nothing. You're just another hole. It's just another hole. And so if you take the cookie off the table and go through the process, you will save yourself, getting your cookie beat up, unless you just want to get it beat up. Because, some of y'all just want to get beat up, abused. But if you really want a husband, I'm telling you, take it off the table. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. Okay? He was trying to marry me quick. He was like, let's get married. Even my dad was like, go ahead, get married. Then you could do it again when you get the house. I told him, I said, no, I'm not trying to do this 2 times. I'm doing it 1 time. I love you. I have to go. Run over to Amazon. Pick this book up if you don't have it. Moments of Gratitude series. Thanksgiving is coming. This is a great book for you to get for this Thanksgiving series. The Naked Wife is also great. 23 times in Christ. And that's my daughter. The book, How to Not Get Boyfriend's Husband Benefits, is 99 cents on Amazon. That's a way for you to support me. And of course, 10 Years a Girlfriend is also available. My t-shirts are on Etsy. Be sure to check them out on Teespring below. Check those out too. I love you. And of course, my wisdom journal. How many of y'all need wisdom? Date many, court one. How many of you know you need to date as many as you can, but you only court one? All these Christian girls talk about, I just want to court somebody. I just laugh at them because I'm like, you so stupid, girl. How you courting somebody and you didn't date him? I love you. I have to go. Bye.